The Galactic Council was the most powerful authority in the galaxy. Thousands of worlds looked up to it, trusting its promises of peace and justice. Its grand halls were filled with representatives from countless planets, all sworn to keep the galaxy safe. For decades, the Council's word was law, and its decisions shaped the fate of millions. The shining towers of the Council's capital planet gleamed under twin suns, symbols of unity and power. But beneath that shining surface, a web of secrets twisted in the shadows. Earth, the small blue planet at the edge of the galaxy, had never fully trusted the Council. From the moment Earth first joined the Galactic Alliance, its leaders had quietly watched, listened, and waited. They knew that appearances could be deceiving, that behind the Council's promises lay something far darker, in a hidden complex deep beneath Earth's surface. A team of specialists worked around the clock. The walls of the command center were covered with holographic screens flickering with streams of data from across the galaxy. Map signals, encrypted messages. Everything was monitored. This was Earth's secret surveillance program, silent guardian watching the Council's every move. Among the team was Commander Alina Shaw, a sharp-eyed woman with years of experience in intelligence and diplomacy. Her job was to find the truth hidden beneath layers of lies. She sat before the main console, her fingers flying over the controls as new information poured in. Her face was calm but tense, aware that every second brought new dangers. Suddenly, an alert flashed red on the screen, a secret transmission intercepted from a Council research facility on the distant planet. The message was heavily encrypted, but Earth's advanced decryption technology began to unravel it. What Alina read chilled her to the bone. The Council was hiding a secret project, a weapon unlike any the galaxy had seen. It was a machine capable of wiping out entire planets with a single strike, a power so devastating that even mentioning it was forbidden in Council meetings. The message detailed experiments, plans, and timelines. The weapon was almost ready. Elena's heart pounded. This was the truth Earth had feared. The Council's peaceful image was a mask, hiding a deadly agenda. If this weapon was unleashed, millions of lives would be lost. The fragile balance of the galaxy would shatter. She called an emergency meeting with Earth's top leaders. In a secure chamber, far from the prying eyes of other nations, they gathered to discuss the crisis. Faces were grim as Alina explained what she had discovered. "The Council has lied to us all," she said firmly. "They have built a weapon of mass destruction in secret. If they use it, the consequences will be catastrophic. We cannot stand by and do nothing." But not everyone agreed. Some argued for caution, fearing that accusing the Council would lead to war. Others believed in diplomacy, hoping to negotiate and prevent disaster. The debate was fierce, and the stakes were high. Meanwhile, Earth's secret agents worked tirelessly. Among them was Jox, a skilled operative who had infiltrated the Council's inner circles. His reports were invaluable. He spoke of hidden labs, guarded by elite soldiers, where the weapon was being tested. He warned that anyone who tried to expose the project risked death or worse. Disappearance. One night, a whistleblower from within the Council tried to send a message to Earth. This person had seen the horrors of the weapon firsthand and wanted to warn the galaxy. But before the message could reach Earth's leaders, the whistleblower vanished without a trace. Alina and her team knew the risks, but also understood their duty. They began planning, carefully gathering evidence, building alliances, and preparing. For the day they would reveal the truth, the galaxy's fate depended on it. As Earth watched and waited, tensions rose. The Council continued its public broadcasts of peace and unity, even as the secret weapon moved closer to completion. The illusion of trust grew thinner with every passing day. In the shadows, Earth prepared for what might come. They knew the Council would never give up its power easily. The coming conflict would be dangerous and uncertain. But one thing was clear. Earth was watching, and the truth could no longer be hidden. The truth that Commander Alina Shaw had uncovered sent shockwaves through Earth's highest leaders. The Galactic Council, long seen as a beacon of peace and justice, was hiding a terrible secret. Not only was the Council building a weapon, but it was a weapon unlike anything the galaxy had ever faced. a weapon with the power to control or destroy entire worlds. The halls of Earth's secret command center buzzed with urgency. Alina stood before the gathered leaders, the holographic images of the Council's weapon flashing in the air. The device was enormous, a vast construct of metal and energy, hidden deep underground on a remote planet far from the eyes of most galactic citizens. This weapon, Lena said, her voice low but clear, is designed not just to destroy. It can control the minds of entire populations, forcing obedience without a fight. This is not peace. It is slavery by force. The room was silent. The implications were terrifying. The Council had presented itself as a protector of freedom, but behind closed doors, it sought absolute control. Among the leaders, opinions clashed. Some urged restraint and caution. If Earth exposed the Council's plan without clear proof, it could trigger a war no one was ready for. Others argued that waiting meant betrayal of millions who might die under the Council's tyranny. Meanwhile, Earth's intelligence network intensified its efforts. Operatives, like jocks, slipped into the shadows of Council worlds, gathering data. And searching for weaknesses, they discovered the extent of the weapon's power. It was fueled by rare crystals mined under harsh conditions and powered by stolen alien technology. Its range was vast, capable of reaching the furthest colonies. One mission nearly ended in disaster. Jox's team was ambushed while trying to steal key schematics from the Council's research facility. They barely escaped with their lives. But the attack showed how closely the Council guarded its secrets. Back on Earth, the political debate grew fiercer. Some factions wanted to negotiate with the Council, hoping to avoid conflict. Others believed that only force could stop such. A deadly weapon, Elena warned. We must prepare for war. The Council will never give up this weapon voluntarily. We need to be ready to fight not just for Earth, but for every world in the galaxy. At the same time, a secret meeting took place deep within Earth's underground bunkers. Scientists, military leaders, and diplomats gathered to plan a response. They designed new defense systems, prepared fleets, and trained special forces for covert operations. But the most difficult challenge was the public. Earth's citizens were unaware of the looming threat. How could leaders prepare for a war? No one knew about? Lena met with news anchors and government officials, preparing statements that could be broadcast if the time came. Every word was chosen carefully to avoid panic, but still warn of danger. Then, a chilling message arrived. A whistleblower from inside the Council had tried again to send information. This time it was more detailed proof of experiments on unwilling prisoners and tests of the weapon's destructive power. Before Earth's agents could respond, the whistleblower disappeared. No trace remained. The Council had silenced them. The warning was clear. The Council would do anything to protect its secret. As Earth's leaders wrestled with fear and uncertainty, the Council continued its public facade. Peace talks, trade agreements, and grand ceremonies filled the galactic news. But behind the scenes, the wheels of destruction turned faster. Alina knew that Earth could not wait much longer. The time to act was coming, whether the galaxy was ready or not. The Council's dark agenda was no longer hidden, and Earth was preparing to stop it. The galaxy was on the edge of chaos. The first strike had come without warning, swift, deadly, and undeniable. A distant colony, once peaceful and thriving, was reduced to ash in moments. Fires burned across the skies, and survivors whispered of a weapon no one could stop. The Galactic Council publicly blamed a rebel faction, calling them terrorists and traitors. But deep in Earth's secret command center, the truth was clear. This was no rebel attack. It was the Council's weapon, unleashed. Commander Alina Shaw watched the news feeds, her face hard with anger and determination. The destruction was horrific, but the real threat was the lie the Council spread. If the galaxy believed the Council, Earth's chances of stopping the weapon would vanish. Earth's leaders convened urgently. The secret fleets began mobilizing. Ships previously hidden beneath the planet's surface powered up and prepared for war. Pilots trained in secrecy, ready to defend not only Earth but all free worlds. The galaxy's future hung in the balance. At the same time, rebel groups scattered. Across the stars grew restless. Many had doubted the Council's honesty, but now the truth was impossible to ignore. Quiet alliances formed between Earth's operatives and rebel leaders. Together, they planned to expose the Council's lies and stop the weapon before more worlds fell among Earth's covert operatives. Jox was tasked with a dangerous mission: infiltrate a Council stronghold and gather undeniable proof of the weapon's existence and use. The mission was a gamble. Capture meant certain death, but success could turn the tide of the war. Jox moved through the shadows of the Council's capital planet, avoiding patrols and surveillance. Inside the fortress-like research center, he discovered horrifying experiments and evidence of mass destruction. Every step was a risk, every moment filled with tension. Meanwhile, the Council's grip tightened. Commander Arkin, the ruthless enforcer, was deployed with elite troops to hunt down rebels and Earth's agents. His reputation for cruelty was well known, and fear spread wherever his forces marched. Back on Earth, Alina coordinated efforts to broadcast the truth. The challenge was immense. Council-controlled media drowned out dissenting voices with propaganda. But Earth's technicians found ways to hack into communication networks, sending bursts of truth to hidden rebel bases and free colonies. The galaxy watched and waited. Some worlds hesitated, unsure whom to believe. Others prepared for open conflict. The fragile peace shattered in a tense meeting deep underground. Rebel leaders and Earth's top commanders planned their next move. It was clear the war had entered a new phase, one of shadows, secrets, and deadly stakes. The weapon's power had been shown to the galaxy. Now, the fight was for its future. Jonah Reed, a former prisoner turned rebel hero, emerged from the shadows. His knowledge of the Council's secrets and his unbreakable will made him a symbol of hope. With Earth's support, he rallied the rebels, ready to lead the galaxy's fight for freedom. As battles ignited across the stars, trust was scarce, and danger was everywhere. Earth and its allies faced enemies seen and unseen. Lies had sparked a war that would decide the fate of billions, and the truth was the most powerful weapon of all. The galaxy seemed calm on the surface, but beneath that quiet lay a war few could see. It was a war fought in shadows, in secret places where no one else dared to look. Earth's forces and rebel allies had moved beyond open battles. Now they fought covertly, striking the Council's agents in hidden bases, sabotaging supplies, and gathering intelligence. Commander Alina Shaw led many of these secret missions. She was no longer just a soldier. She was a symbol of Earth's resistance. Her teams were small but skilled, trained to operate deep inside enemy territory. Every mission was a gamble. One mistake could mean capture or death. Yet their successes gave hope to many. One such mission took them to the industrial planet Varkan, a vital hub for the Council's weapon project. The rebels and Earth's operatives planned to destroy a power core essential to the weapon's function. The mission required precise timing and absolute secrecy. As Elena's team approached Varkan's surface, they faced fierce resistance. The planet was heavily guarded, with patrols everywhere and sensors tuned to detect the slightest movement. Moving through the dark alleys of Varkan's sprawling cities, the team relied on stealth and advanced technology. Inside the power facility, the rebels worked quickly. Explosives were set, codes hacked, and escape routes mapped. But just as they finished, alarms blared. Someone had triggered a silent sensor. The team was trapped. A brutal firefight erupted in the narrow corridors. Lena fought fiercely, protecting her team while buying time to escape. The clash was intense, each second filled with danger. Just when defeat seemed near, a surprise attack by rebel reinforcements turned the tide, allowing the team to flee as the facility exploded behind them. Back on Earth, the victory was celebrated but tempered by the knowledge that the Council would retaliate even harder. Commander Arkin's forces hunted rebels and Earth's agents relentlessly. Spies and traitors lurked everywhere, making trust a rare and precious thing. Meanwhile, unexpected allies appeared. Some worlds, long silent under the Council's rule, began sending secret messages of support. Old enemies found common cause. The fight was no longer just Earth's or the rebels, it was becoming a galaxy-wide movement. But the Council was not idle. They doubled down on their control, deploying new surveillance systems and brutal crackdowns. Propaganda painted Earth and the rebels as dangerous criminals. Fear spread among the citizens of many planets, and loyalty to the Council grew. In the midst of this, Alina faced personal challenges. The lines between friend and foe blurred. Betrayals cut deep, and losses weighed heavily. But her resolve never faltered. She knew the galaxy's future depended on their success. The war in the shadows continued, each battle shaping the fate of countless lives. The Council's lies had begun to crumble, but the cost of freedom was still unknown, and Earth was ready to pay it. The secret war had taken a heavy toll. Worlds were scarred, alliances tested, and hope sometimes flickered like a dying star. Yet, even in the darkest moments, the rebellion in Earth's forces pushed forward, driven by one goal: to reveal the Council's true face and end its reign. The capture of Council official Ambassador Laran was a turning point. He was not just any official. He was a key figure in the Council's inner circle, involved deeply in the secret weapon project. His capture shocked the galaxy and gave Earth's leaders a chance to learn the full extent of the Council's plans. Held in a secure Earth facility, Laran was questioned by Alina and her team. At first he resisted, but the truth was impossible to hide. Under pressure, Laran revealed the Council's true agenda plan to control the galaxy through fear, force, and mind control, using the weapon as the ultimate tool. The revelations were chilling. The Council had no intention of maintaining peace. They wanted domination. They planned to erase any resistance and rewrite the future of millions. News of Laran's confession leaked across many worlds. People who had lived in fear began to rise up. Rebel factions united, seeing hope in Earth's leadership and the proof of the Council's lies. The galaxy's oppressed found their voice. In response, the Council declared Earth an enemy of peace and justice, its fleets massed, ready to crush the rebellion and silence the human threat forever. The stage was set for a war unlike any the galaxy had seen. As fleets gathered, Earth and its allies worked to strengthen defenses. New weapons were developed, tactics refined, and the human spirit hardened for the battle ahead. Jonah read, once a prisoner and now a rebel leader, inspired many. His courage and knowledge of the Council's secrets made him invaluable. He led strikes against Council positions, disrupting supply lines and freeing prisoners, but the Council fought back fiercely. Commander Arkin unleashed ruthless attacks. Determined to break the rebellion's will, entire planets became battlegrounds. The war spread, engulfing stars and systems. Amidst the chaos, the true nature of the Council's weapon became clear. It was more than destruction. It was a symbol of control, a dark promise that no one could escape. The final battle loomed. Both sides prepared for a confrontation that would decide the galaxy's fate. Alina stood with her allies, ready to face the storm. The Council had lied for too long. Now the galaxy would learn the cost of that deception. The fight for freedom had only just begun. The galaxy held its breath as the final battle approached. Armadas of ships darkened the stars, their weapons primed for destruction. The Council's forces, vast and relentless, prepared to crush the rebellion and Earth's resistance once and for all. But Earth, with its secret allies and burning hope, stood ready to fight not just for survival, but for the future of every world. Commander Alina Shaw watched the fleet from Earth's command center, her eyes sharp and steady. The weight of countless lives rested on her shoulders. It's a secret weapon, hidden within the Council's fortress world, was the ultimate prize. If it fell into the Council's hands, freedom would die. The rebel leader Jonah Reed gathered his forces on the front lines. His scars told stories of battles fought and won. With Earth's support, he had grown into a symbol of courage, uniting rebels and free worlds alike. The galaxy had rallied behind him, believing that even the darkest night would end in dawn, as the fleets clashed. The cold silence of space shattered with the roar of laser fire and explosions. Ships twisted and burned in deadly dances, while ground forces fought brutal battles on distant planets. The galaxy became a battlefield where every decision, every move, could mean victory or defeat. Amid the chaos, Earth's operatives launched a daring mission to infiltrate the Council's fortress. Alina led the team herself, determined to reach the heart of the weapon and disable it. They moved through tunnels and chambers filled with danger guards, traps, and deadly machines. The mission pushed them to their limits. Alina faced moments where hope seemed lost, but the thought of freedom kept her moving forward. The weapon was powered by an ancient crystal, pulsing with energy that could tear worlds apart. In the final moments, Alina's team managed to destroy the power core, setting off a chain reaction. The weapon began to collapse, its power fading. The Council's forces were thrown into chaos, and the tide of battle shifted. Jonah's fleet seized the moment, pressing the attack and breaking through enemy lines. Rebel and Earth ships fought side by side, their unity stronger than any weapon. As the dust settled, the Council's grip on the galaxy was shattered. Leaders were captured or fled, and new governments formed from the ashes. The war was over, but the cost was heavy. Millions had died, and the scars of betrayal ran deep. Yet hope remained. Earth had watched, waited, and fought for truth. The Council's lies were exposed, and freedom was reclaimed. The galaxy looked to a future where trust was earned, and vigilance never ceased. Alina stood beneath the stars, knowing that the fight for peace was never truly over. But for now, the galaxy was free, and Earth was ready to protect Edaways, watching, always ready.